Hey, all you grave shifters, late swing shifters, Uncle Johnny again. Tell you a story how $10,000 bets and bad decisions usually screw the people at the bottom of the chain. Chain of command, you have the big casino managers, and then the shift managers, and then the pit bosses, and then the floor people, and then the box people, and then the poor dealers all the way at the bottom, the pawns in the game of life. We used to have a pit manager, and he used to wear a really ugly plaid jacket. It's kind of like Brockman, if you've ever seen that series. And he never liked to make decisions. He would say to the floor people, "You take care of it." And if it was a good decision, he would be like, "Didn't I make a good decision?" If it was wrong, he would go, "That's your fault." Kind of like somebody who won an election. Anyway, he did the same thing at his casinos too. Anyway, getting back to the casino situation. So we would have a player sometime, one of the biggest players ever, and he was the one that lost $13 million and tried to get his money back, and the state of New Jersey had some problems with him, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Mr. L, who was playing with us, and table max was 10,000, so he played 10,000 on the line with 30,000 odds. He liked to buy the 4 and 10 for $10,000 each, so it was $500 juicy throw on a purple chip. It was using the beautiful orange chips that were, $1,000, and used the gray ones that were 5,000. And these were so sharp from not being used, they would cut your fingertips. I remember using those sometimes. Anyway, he's playing, and they call me and they say, "Go stand on the other end of the game and don't do anything." They're using me as a bookend, so I'm standing with my head down, not looking at anything. All the action's on the other side of the game. I don't remember who the floor person is. I know the box person is a really sweet guy named Andy. Nice sense of humor, gentle, great guy. Loved working with him. He's sitting there, and this guy's playing, and he's losing. He's just in a foul mood, just normal Lang City craps player, just a horrible foul mood all the time, never happy. But he's losing 10 grand, per roll, 10, 20, 30 grand per roll, so what can you do? He's not going to be happy. Time comes when he puts up a $10,000 4 and 10, 10,000 on the line, and he forgets to pay juice on one of his bets. He doesn't throw in a $500 chip, he loses it. 10 hits, and they say, box says to the floor, he didn't pay his juice. Floor says to the pit, he didn't pay his juice on this one. Pit boss, who never makes a decision, says, just take it out of his payout. So instead of handing him payout, they take out the 500, hand him a big pile of other chips. He looks at it and goes, "What the fuck is this? Where's my orange chips?" And the pit boss says, "Oh, Mr. L, we just, you didn't pay the juice last time, so we just took it out this time." And he gets enraged. He goes, "What the fuck? You think I would beat you out of $500? He takes all these chips and throws them all in the air, and it's like raining chips, plunk, 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 plunk. And I'm on the other end, and I see all these chips flying in the air, and I just freeze. I'm a bookend. And he starts yelling and screaming and yelling and screaming, and pit boss runs away. The floor person doesn't know what to do. The poor boxman, Andy's sitting there. He doesn't know what to do. And everybody runs away. It's me and the other dealers, and poor Andy is sitting there. And Mr. L reaches across the table and grabs Andy's tie, pulls it out. He says, "You guys are going to give me my bet back." He said, "Mr. L, I'm just sitting here. I don't know what they're going to do." He says, "You watch. They're going to give me my bet back, or I will get under that table and suck your dick." Poor Andy's like this. He says, "Oh, okay, Mr. L, whatever you want." And about 10 minutes later, casino manager, really nice guy, walks up and says, "Mr. L, we're really sorry about misunderstanding on the game. Cut out 10,000. Dealer cuts out 10,000. 2 of the gray chips, 5,000, gives it to him. And Mr. L's got this shitty grin on his face, and Andy's just looking down like, okay, it's over finally. And he plays for a little while and goes. And it was the last time I really noticed this guy who wore the suits with the plaid on him again, and I guess it was the last time he ever made a decision. Mr. L left our casino when he went over to play at Caesars, where he created quite a commotion, lost a lot of money, and his antics and them trying to oblige him to some of his outrageous demands actually made Caesars pay a big fine, and they had to shut the whole casino down for one day. But I guess they made so many millions of dollars, they didn't care that they shut the casino down for some of his requests. Anyway, I feel sorry for the poor boxman who got his tie shoved up and, got threatened with a big, ugly old guy threatening to suck his dick. That's kind of a pretty stupid thing. But you're betting $10,000, you're at the bottom of the chain of command, expect to be smacked with the chain occasionally.